Welcome back to more Hunter x Hunter. Honestly, with everything looking as it is, with the king constantly just playing games with and without his arm, if it wasn't for the tremendous loss of life just happening on the sides thanks to feeding habits, honestly, his crimes haven't been that bad. Or overthrowing a dictator or two. It's never ended poorly. But of course, with Morale and the other hunters still whittling down the still antagonistic Chimera ants, how many more are they going to go through? Infiltrating the palace is one thing, but how long is he going to be able to get away with that? Once Nefertito is finished with her surgery, all eyes on him, apparently. So, since time is of the essence, let's watch the episode. Bringing in new punishments for losing games, even though currently he's still without a victory here. And also her instantly upping the ante. It's like, her arm. She goes into every one of these games betting her life on it, whether or not the opposition actually agrees or not. And how far into the castle are they going to get? We were told kind of how many occupants there were, as well as a little heads up about some other plans being in place, like with Palm. I feel like some of these aren't exactly going to ultimately succeed. There's going to be some hitches along the way. It's what keeps it interesting. And are we going to get to the point where there is an updated set of visuals before the end of the Chimera arc? Like, if it truly goes south, or was it going to stick as is, considering we've been with it for a while? Okay, rather than just a screenshot or whatever from the episode that almost looks like it was custom made. It probably isn't, but almost. Ah yes, the egg trees. Or cocoon trees. It's taking so much out of him. Well, trying to hide his presence as well as crawl across the floor. That seems to have a heartbeat. Do a quick bit of mathematics there. I see. How good for them. And then we've got the other royal guards as well, kind of just sat there, or being the entertainment and the muscle. it's good that he does have all of this planning in place, putting the exits down where need be. All this preparation and planning, and realizing that there's so little amount of manpower actually guarding the place. The thing is, though, is with him going through and making all of these portals for a brisk exit, if he does get caught, I'm guessing they don't stick around once the connection to his Nen gets shut off. Seems to be fairly simple, though being completely out of breath. No resistance along the way? What's the issue? Get as close as possible to where they've all been planned out before. But that brief moment, someone steps out, scream. Well, that's kind of terrifying, having your head removed in an instant there. No time to actually make a noise or, scream as per its moniker. If there was anyone, they'd either jump out and try to do something or report it. Actually being able to hide your evidence away, seep it down into the portals and below. Yeah, bring some towels with you as well, apparently. He hides the body but leaves his shoes out. Will the lack of footwear come back to haunt him? I didn't see anyone, so what was it? Just a sense of foreboding? A mist of sorts. He's locked down the stairs. That's the... Ah. He doesn't fear death. He fears whatever's on the end of that aura. It's not the death, it's the route to it. I think that is the most pleasant way that could have been depicted. And also much nicer than what Nefertari might actually do to obtain it. Did he manage to get that down in time? Oh, look who we have here. Come on to face him one-on-one there. A lobster and a wolf. Nothing was say about nothing about a lion there. We saw his power there being to borrow those of others, but what is he going to have in place other than the dragonflies? How many favours have been owed? And is he going to notice the surveillance that's going on? I'm guessing this is more deliveries for the king. Maybe the guy who was that corner being taken didn't look particularly great. The guy who was ordering certain things. He made it out from under the stairs. Put some oil on that door. Jesus. Food delivery. I mean, he's not wrong. Just in what state is it arriving? Getting in straight through that. I mean, we did know that's what was happening, but how bad is his depravity? They're just doing their job. What about the driver of that truck, though? Did he catch a ride with one of the others? He's enjoying himself, at least. He's got to have some fun at the office. Are we sure he's not part animal? He was a chimera ant the entire time, and no one ever knew. Was this bio? No, just a normal keypad. I thought it was going to be some biometric stuff. Please don't turn on the light. I'm scared as to what it could be inside. His own little town? What a good journey they must have had. Weren't anything for them to even sit on. What about the salary? Do they have days off. What about health insurance? Dental? Hmm. Oh, that sounds nice. And for his first order of business, I was going to say, did he pick her because she was just head and shoulders over him? Yeah, see it as some sort of honor. Hmm. I. Okay. Ah, so that's how she has to activate it. With a drop of her own blood, but also visual identification first. Hmm. What is she going to uncover, though, on a journey to get to the king? She is well prepared for this mission. I mean, they all know just how dire it is. He's a bush. Are you sure about that? He is doing well. Is this just how he actually feels about all of this, or is it just because of the aura that he faced up against on the stairs there? Yeah. Well, and yet, even after seeing the aura, managed to carry on, even plan some sort of comeback for it. It reduced him to that state now. Mental fortitude to brace themselves, not just against the aura, but everything that stands behind it. Well, there it is. I think that right there kind of explains their drive and how they're able to do it. Well, there's not a lot he can do from cowering in a bush, but seeing this side of it and him reduced into that after everything we saw of the character beforehand, we held him such yourself with kind of nice regard. She was not cool. She was not cooled here. I mean, there's a few things you can do to disrupt it, or not just a bit of mesmerizing. Almost as if he expected this. If it's used as a bomb shelter, then it's perfect. They can go all out. And there we go. The swirl of smoke going. Yeah. Was interconnected circles there. I mean, he's fairly confident that he can win. I can think of a few ways to be able to use smoke if you can mold it and the like. Is the lion going to force himself, or force Morale to be indebted to him in some way or another, to then stop it mid-fight? So I'll just take your abilities. I mean, you gotta get the right soundtrack to their upcoming battle. No, I haven't. Let me guess, his power or whatnot fluctuates based on the song as well. So what happens? Should he become disconnected from the music? Ah, fair enough. In any other world, they might have been friends. That's the thing, though. It's all of this, all what's going on. Who were the people before? Well, before they were consumed and assimilated onto the Chimera Ant horde, who they could have been. Also, I'm just thinking, if it was part of the NGO with no technology and whatnot, why are some of them like, oh, I really like music? Sure, there was the criminal gang, but it seems a bit convenient. But if Nov is so petrified of the palace and what's contained within it, how useful are those portals going to be? Is he going to be able to pull himself together in time? There's quite a few things here, and despite how dark and gritty that Hunter x Hunter can get, considering some of its topics and what it covers, I did not like that slimy dude that was left alive, since he was, oh, he's the only one that can do the job. I think part of it being that some of people like that do and can exist, which just bears into question how they're able to get a somewhat position of power in the first place. But if Palm's got this plan to mesmerize him, get him under control, be able to slip out unnoticed as well. I hope it all goes according to plan. Wow, I did like the bit with Noth completely losing his composure, breaking apart to that degree. Just seeing not even coming into contact with the aura, just sensing the aura itself, completely damaging his psyche. Oh, he's got to run now. There's no way getting him back into the palace near all that. That wasn't even the king. That was just Patel, I think. But it does go to show just how convicted Gon and Killua are to be able to chase after the monster that is Patel for, well, crimes against Kite. Knowing where they stand at the minute, probably have zero chance to actually come out on top in a regular battle. Still not holding them back all too much, though, is it? But we do have morale now with the lion. Things could have been so different if he had just not had this want for power and to do basically whatever he wanted. And considering we have the dragonfly dude currently in captivity, what about the one that was removing G2's problem pest? What's she doing? What is her power actually? I do have a few questions, but moreover, I think seeing the ones that were, well, passed through selection process, now slapped up against the side of a tree, do I want to know what happens when those sacks burst? Are they still human? Are they chimera ant? Are they food? Are they warriors? Can we just set light to the entire thing? Would we feel a bit bad about it? And considering where we finished off on this episode, I'm guessing either it's going to cut away, considering this is now kind of been built up for intrigue. So yeah, time for another little break. Head off somewhere else. Enjoy that for the time being. Or we just have to dig in deep and carry on and see what this bureaucrat dude does in his spare time. To be honest, I really wasn't expecting the warehouse of houses. That kind of took me by surprise, but I guess he's making his own little paradise for himself here. Got to keep them somewhat happy. Can you tell I'm trying to put off watching the next one? If you enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. Maybe join onto my Discord. Hunter goes a fair few places. Has an interesting way of storytelling. So you probably don't want to miss out. Make sure to get yourself some rest. Join me again for the next one. A nice drink wouldn't hurt, though. As an alternative to keeping me locked down in your basement in a little village of your own desires, consider joining onto my Patreon instead. Help out the channel grow a little bit more, without having any not-so-willing participants. And I guess I need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Shiwan, Mats, Akane, Guado, Danny Sui, Croyville, Kite, Diego Zenhausen, Ranka, Lightwizard91, Tori Jane, SZ9870, Maxwell, the Kebab Seller, and everyone else. Because with their help, I've been able to sneak around the world of, well, YouTube copyright.